All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to voting list number 11. It is Friday, March the 14th. This is the Health and Government Operations Committee. For those of you at home and here, know that we're going to go fast, but we have had these bills in subcommittee, which means that those that are for it and against have come to the subcommittee, have discussed it, presented it, compromised, and you see the bill today. We have looked at it extensively and have read all the testimony. We're now gonna do the voting, but if we go fast, it's no disrespect, we know the bills already. We're going to start with the withdrawals. All right, any questions or concerns about the withdrawals? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? None, is withdrawn. Let's go to House Bill 19. It came out favorable with amendment. It is Lindsay and Rosenberg. Lindsay.
This is the MDH departmental bill that extends the termination date for the State Board of Nursing by 5 years to July 1st, 2030, extends the authority of the Secretary of Health over board infrastructure operations, and extends the termination dates for specified preceptorship income tax credit programs. The bill also expands eligibility under the Maryland Loan Assistance Repayment Program for nurses and nursing support staff, and alters education requirements for licensure, adds an exception for licensure by endorsement, and repeals provisions regarding nursing assistant training programs. The amendments that are in packet C1, adopted in subcommittee, retain nursing support staff in the MLARP for nurses and nursing support staff, lowers the rotation hour requirement from 100 hours to 90 hours for nurse preceptorship income tax credit programs, authorizes an applicant for licensure as a registered nurse by endorsement to have met requirements for an associate degree in registered nursing in addition to a baccalaureate, authorizes the use of the Board of Nursing Special Fund for infrastructure operations, and delays by 1 year the effective date of a bill from 2024 session related to the licensing scheme for certified nursing assistants. The fiscal note on this bill is high. We've gotten approval from appropriations.
All right, and the fiscal note is coming from their special fund, correctly? And before, if you recall, the Board of Nursing was a mess, respectfully. We fixed it with the Department of Health, and they actually trust the Department of Health so much that they want to stay with them for a little while longer. We're no longer getting, emails basically complaining that licenses are not being processed, especially when we have a shortage, okay? Delegate Rosenberg.
That was very well described, and it was unanimous. Move the amendment.
Amendments have been moved and second. Any questions or concerns on the amendments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, on the bill as amended. Second. Bill has been moved and second. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, let's move on to House Bill 65. Favorable, Lindsay and Kerr.
This bill requires the governor to annually proclaim May 8th as Community Health Worker Appreciation Day. The proclamation must urge educational and cultural organizations to observe community health workers with informative programs and activities, and it did not go to subcommittee.
Okay, Delegate Kerr.
Let's go ahead and move favorable.
Second. All right, it's been moved in second. Any questions or concerns? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, let's move on to House Bill 411. Lindsay and Kerr.
This bill designates chromate as the state mineral.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, let's move on to House Bill 500. Favorable with amendment, Lindsay and Kerr. This is the Procurement Reform Act of 2025.
You have a reprint of the amendments on this bill. It's in packet A1.
Can you guys, 1 second, Lindsay. Can you look at A1? Take it out. It's one of the 3 packages right in front of you. Go ahead, Lindsay.
This is an administration bill which makes changes to state procurement law related to governance and oversight, small and minority business preference programs, payment practices, and master contracting. It also establishes new procurement programs and requirements for vendors related to good labor practices, use of interns and registered apprentices, and diversity plans. The bill also makes clarifying, conforming, and technical changes to state procurement law. The amendments make technical changes, clarify that MDOT and MTA procurement of supplies and services include information technology supplies that are subject to Title 3.5 of State Finance and Procurement. That's DeWitt's law, authorizes the chief procurement officer to adopt other methods of source selection only with approval of BPEW, requires solicitations for a task order to master contractors to be made on a rotating basis, alters the language regarding modification of an MBE participation goal on a procurement contract or VSBE participation goal, restores a current law requirement that a bid or proposal based on a solicitation with an expected MBE participation identify the specific commitment of certified MBEs at the time of submission. Rather than establishing a good labor practices preference, establishes a good labor practices evaluation factor for the technical evaluation factors for competitive sealed proposals, decreases the amount of a contract modification that the primary procurement unit, chief procurement officer, or chief procurement officer's designee may approve, and strikes the requirement that certain departments establish a working group on prompt payment features and instead requires the procurement advisor to BPW to conduct a study of the economic impacts of instituting an in-state preference for Maryland vendors for all state procurements.
Delegate Kerr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill was extensively negotiated with all stakeholders. Essentially, there are two parts to it. One deals with the Board of Public Works. The other deals with procurement with the prime contractors, subcontractors, and the labor organizations. So both were worked out, working with both those constituent groups over a period of weeks, and I think what we have here is a good work product, and I move the amendments.
Any questions or concerns on the amendments? Delegate Martinez, followed by Vice Chair Collison.
Thank you, and this is for Delegate Kerr. Just so I'm very, very 100% clear, because there was a lot of contention, a lot of visits to my office about this bill. Labor is 100% on board with the amendments?
Went through line by line and made sure that everyone had a full understanding of the implications of the bill, and labor's 100% on board.
Okay. What about the Treasurer's Office as well?
The Treasurer's Office, is not completely happy with the bill, but said that the Treasurer said that he would yield to the will of the legislature.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, any, Vice Chair Collison.
Madam Chair, not a concern or a question, just Delegate Kerr is being extremely humble. This was one of the most difficult negotiations I've observed in my 15 years here, and he pulled it off with all the parties coming together on this. So I express my appreciation and admiration. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have to second that, because let me tell you, when they came to our office, I never thought that there would be consensus, so thank you. Delegate Shalega.
Did we get ABC? Did ABC come in? They're fine with it?
Yeah, ABC.
Thank you.
Isn't that amazing? All right? Thank you, everyone. This is why these small work groups work, right? And people working on it. So what did I do on this bill? Did I move the amendments? Oh, Delegate Kaiser, sorry.
That's okay. Somebody turned off my light.
Okay, sorry.
Not me.
No one has turned off your light. Your light is on.
You're always shining, baby. You're always shining.
Thank you all very much. I heard the question about the Treasurer's Office. I assume the answer is similar for the Comptroller's Office, that they're mostly but not entirely happy. Is that correct?
Yes, the negotiations with the Treasurer's Office yielded in a lot of compromise, and Governor's Office got some things, Treasurer's Office got some things, and nobody got everything they wanted, but the Comptroller, yes, that's what I meant, the Comptroller.
All right, so I moved, the amendments have been moved in second. We had a discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, any opposed? None. On the bill as amended? It's been moved in second. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, let's move on. It passes. Oh, yeah. We can co-sponsor this one. Who does not want to be on the bill? All right, everyone wants to be on the bill. Fantastic. Okay, all right. So Delegate Shalega, Delegate Morgan, Delegate Chisholm's not here in spirit. Okay, Delegate Riley, and Delegate Hutchinson, and Delegate Kipking. All the R's except Chisholm. All the R's except Chisholm.
Chisholm's not here, so he won't go on it.
Okay.
We
Okay.
don't put somebody on if they're not here.
Okay, wonderful. All right. No, I thought he was here and got up. No?
Yeah,
All
but my
right.
point is if somebody doesn't say they want to be
Oh,
on,
okay,
don't put them on.
that makes sense. All right, so let's move on to 509, favorable with amendment, Lindsay and Rosenberg. Lindsay.
This bill establishes a Maryland Inventory of Cemeteries and Burial Sites Work Group. As originally introduced, it was staffed by the Maryland Historical Trust and the Office of Cemetery Oversight together. By December 1st, 2025, the work group must report its findings and recommendations to the governor and General Assembly. The amendments that I hope are in your packet, I haven't checked, strike the requirement for the Office of Cemetery Oversight to provide staff for the work group. This conforms it with the Senate bill, which passed the crossfire,
Can I
which
ask one
passed the
question?
Senate unanimously.
I apologize, Lindsay. 1 second, young people. Where are you from? Come in for a second. Where are you from? Howard County? What grade? Middle school. Well, welcome to the Health and Government Operations Committee, okay? Oh, wonderful. Have a blessed day. All right. Thank you. Lindsay, go ahead. Apologize.
I was basically done. It conforms to the Senate cross-file, which passed the Senate unanimously. I'll also note that the original fiscal note had $42,200 for the Maryland Historical Trust and $39,200 for the Office of Cemetery Oversight, each of those hiring one contractual staff person for 6 months. And I spoke with the Maryland Historical Trust, which said the elimination of the Office of Cemetery Oversight does not increase their fiscal estimate for the bill. So it would just be the $42,200 for the Maryland Historical Trust.
Wonderful. Are there any questions for this bill? All right, seeing none, may I have a motion on the amendments?
So moved.
Amendments have been moved and second. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, and the bill is amended. It's been moved and second. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposition on it? Seeing none, who does not want to be on the bill? Okay, now let's move on to House Bill 776. It is Lindsay and Rosenberg, favorable with amendment.
This bill alters, clarifies, and makes consistent provisions of law regarding physicians, physician assistants, and allied health professionals that are regulated by the Board of Physicians. Among other actions, the bill alters disciplinary grounds and disciplinary process, licensure requirements, board duties, specified notification requirements, and provisions governing the allied health professional advisory committees. The bill increases existing civil penalties and establishes new administrative penalties for specified violations and repeals obsolete and redundant language, makes clarifying and conforming changes. The very large amendment in packet B1, adopted in subcommittee, defines employer so that in various places in the bill we use just the term employer rather than hospital-related institution, alternative health system, or an employer. Relatedly, it repeals the definition of alternative health system under the physician assistant title, reduces under the bill from $25,000 to $15,000 the amount of administrative penalty that the board may impose for certain violations, requires a licensee to notify the board of a change in name or address within 30 days after the change. It's 60 days in current law, and the bill originally proposed 10 days. Corrects a typo that's in the physicians compact. Alters grounds for discipline by the board for patterns of excessive or medically unnecessary procedures or treatment and willfully hindering board investigations. This change applies for physicians, genetic counselors, and under the physician assistants provisions. Then these next provisions, which I'm going to describe, apply under the physician's title, but then repeat throughout the bill for the other allied health professions. But I'm going to describe them with regard to the physicians. Requires reporting of disciplinary actions against physicians by employers only. Again, not hospitals, related institutions, and alternative health systems, and specifies the circumstances for which a report must be submitted. Alters language surrounding exceptions to the report requirement related to physicians enrolled in a substance use disorder treatment program. Strikes from the bill language regarding notice from physicians, employers, and treatment programs regarding entering a treatment program and compliance with the treatment program, and instead requires the employer to notify the board if the employer knows that a licensed physician is non-compliant with a substance use disorder treatment program. Specifies that a report made relating to a treatment program is not subject to inspection under the PIA, the Public Information Act, retains a provision that was in current law that allows the board to extend the reporting time for good cause, allows a civil penalty for knowingly failing to report, allows a civil penalty of up to $10,000 per incident for a report made by an employer in bad faith, increases from $5,000 to $10,000 a civil penalty that's created in the bill for employing an individual to practice medicine without a license, So again, that all is repeated for all of the various allied health professions throughout the bill, and then authorizes rather than requires the various advisory committees to provide recommendations and advice to the board.
All right, Delegate Rosenberg.
As amended, it was unanimous.
Okay. It's been moved in, this is the little bill that could, oh my goodness. The amendments, hold on, let me deal with the amendments. The amendments have been moved in second. Any questions or concerns on the amendments? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition on the amendments? On the bill as amended? It's been moved in second as amended. Any questions or concerns? Delegate Hutchinson?
Are MedChi and MHA favorable now with the amendments?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for the question. Any other questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, the bill passes. No, we already moved it.
Move to co-sponsor.
Oh, for co-sponsor. Who does not want to be on the bill? All right, we did it. Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay, how many pages was this bill?
The bill?
Yeah.
Original bill?
It was like 100 and something, right? And the amendment, how many pages was the amendment?
The amendment was, I want to say, like 46 pages. Just the amendment, not a reprint, the amendment itself.
It shows you how much work they do. So House Bill 850.
Chair, it's 337.
337. Can we do a favorable? Let's see if we could do a favorable. Let's go to House Bill 1001, the State Cocktail Maryland Orange Crush. Move the bill. Bill having movement second. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, the bill passes. All right, let's go. Oh, who does not want to be on the bill? Oh, it's favorable.
Should have gotten on it when it came around.
1 second.
Can we amend it to,
a minute, guys.
Don't change the effective date on this one.
Can we make an exception?
Just add co-sponsors.
I'm going to ask co-sponsor. Who does not want to be on it? Raise your hand. Does not want to be on it? Delegate Morgan. That's it.
Because the effective date is June 1st, which is before the start of summer.
Yeah, so let's just do it. All right.
you know, to Delaware?
Yeah, we got it. And you know what? Let's do one more. 899.
Move favorable.
Any questions or concerns on 899? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, the bill passes, okay? And let's just take a break. It's 3:39.
1510.
What is it? Which other one?
Well, 1502 and 1510 are both favorable.
Okay, so let's see. 1502, it was favorable. Aaron?
Okay. Move the bill. Move the bill.
Bill have been moved and second. Any questions or concerns on House Bill 1502, which is basically extending the sunset? No.
1502.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a modernization. It renames the AIDS prevention sterile.
That's right.
Yeah, so it modernizes a program that has existed in Baltimore City since 1994.
Okay, any questions or concerns?
No fiscal note.
No fiscal note. Okay. The program is already in existence.
It's a cleanup bill.
All right, it was favorable. Okay, Delegate Kipke.
Just a quick
Guys?
just a quick comment. I've been opposed to this because there's no exchange anymore, and as a result, needles proliferate sidewalks, parks, everywhere in areas where there's a lot of need. So I support some of the efforts that the program does, but I think that there should be an effort to collect the needles as well. Thank you. So I'll be opposed.
Okay. And as far as I know, these programs do collect and work closely with the communities, and it works really well, is my understanding as well, but I respect your position. Any other questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Delegate Shalega, basically all the R's. How's that? Okay. Thank you. So we did that. It is 3:41, and we're going to stop here, okay? Thank you, and let's meet after session, okay? Huh? I'm gonna, can I do that later? After, thank you. Thank you.